Hello fans, and welcome back to another DFL matchup. Here we are going to an NFC North matchup. And really one that I think is slanted in this one. You know, I love the Zany Zappers. I love them year after year. But this season, I just think they're a little marred by injuries. The Scorps are such a strong team, too. I just think this Scorps team is going to be hard to beat for anyone. And the Zappers really might be missing some of their best guys. We got to see if they're playing Dean Goodrich. I don't know if Corey Tinsley is good enough at running back to win this one for the Zappers, but lots of injuries for this Zappers team. Or not tons of injuries, but two big ones. Their starting quarterback and their star running back. I would essentially think is the basically like the Adrian Peterson of the league. So let's see if he plays today. Got David Hilliard. Is that David Hilliard in a quarterback? It is Dean Goodrich at running back, but sacked. First play. Marquise Newman, the strong safety. And that's a strong start for this Scorps team. It's cold here. Classic Scorps weather. Nice little run up the middle there. And it is Dean Goodrich back from injury. Probably his worst statistical season due to those injuries. Nice throw across the middle there. Clarence Myers. Catch the pass from Hilliard. And Hilliard, a weird story in this league. Sort of surpassed by a rookie draft pick. But stuck around, being the vet on the team. Oh, and throws an interception right there. Not a veteran move. Tries to play against Darnell Mack. Darnell Mack makes him pay. One of the most skilled corners on this team, and he tries him. Not a good try. And David Hilliard makes a mistake early in this one. Not something you want to see. And that's something that's going to be big, though. You know, they're missing their starting quarterback. You know, some of these teams really, they really need that quarterback. And while David Hilliard has sort of done all right for the Zappers when they need him, when Fernando Holmes is injured, hasn't been all sunshine and daisies in so much time. Not a great rush for the Zappers team. And that's going to get completed to Damian Jones, who has been Craig Gray's favorite target this season. Long route for Jones. But Damian Jones, 8 touchdowns on the season. And, as I said at the beginning of this broadcast, I think Scorps really are, I think to me, this is slanted in their favor a lot. The injuries on the Zappers' part doesn't help, but even without the injuries, this is a strong Scorps team. Pro Bowl running back in Rick Smith, and that is bolstered by their O-line with 4 Pro Bowl O-linemen. Everyone except their left guard is a Pro Bowl lineman. And Craig Gray, we always talk, a huge storyline was always that race to 100. Race to 100 touchdowns. Great pass there from Craig Gray to Dennis Dickey, his second favorite target this season. But, we always talk about that race to 100. And it was always the top 4 guys. You got Steve Alderman, Rocco Pers, Bill Gonzalez, and Bruce Mays. But, he wasn't really in the running. Didn't really have a chance to get the 100 first. But Craig Gray was always the 5th guy. And I think he's always had a little chip on his shoulder. He wanted to sort of prove, he's one of the best players in the DFL, one of the best quarterbacks in DFL history. And I think he truly believes that. But his Scorps, this is their first playoff appearance. They've never really had a chance to make a big splash with wins. The NFC North has always been a tough division to make it out. The ABCs and the Zappers are both strong teams. ABC's not strong this season. And now the Scorps have a chance to prove it. Oh, but Craig Gray throws an interception across the middle. What a great play by Otis Law. That's not Otis Law. That's Doug Teague. Doug Teague snatches that one out of the air. Craig Gray just did not see him underneath. He was lurking. Craig Gray trying to throw it to the left side. Doug Teague sticking those long arms out, grabbing that. Oh, and a nice play, a bad play by the corner there. Chris Bundy trying to do a little too much, loses the receiver there. And a big reception. This is a huge swing for the Zappers. David Hilliard. David Hilliard coming under center with Dean Goodrich in the backfield. That is such a huge return. He was listed as probable in returning for this playoff game, and he is back. Wonder if we'll see Dean Goodrich on limited attempts, limited rushing attempts. Doesn't look like it right now. Oh, and they tried to fake the run to the fullback, hand it to Dean Goodrich, but just not enough time at all. That is blown up in the backfield by Jimmy Johnson. And that is a tough way to lose 5 yards. Hilliard drops back, looks left. Ooh, And a nice diving play there by the defender. Swat that one away. It's now 3rd and 15. That play really hindered him. Got him behind the sticks considerably. Let's see if David Hilliard can do anything here. Changing the play at the line. He doesn't like what he sees. Receivers moving positions. Strong to the left side. Then a drop back. Fullback protecting him. Lots of time for Hilliard. Finds his man. That's Goodrich out of the backfield. Dean Goodrich. Boy, do they like to have him back. First reception of the game. Yeah, Dean Goodrich, only 4 touchdowns on the season. Far and away his lowest amount, but he was injured most of the season. Somehow, without their starting quarterback, without their star running back, they've been able to make it to the playoffs. Just in time, Dean Goodrich is back. If they could own this game on the ground, they have a chance of beating this Scorps team. But this Scorps team is really strong in a lot of ways. They've really bolstered their defense in recent seasons. Couple great rookies on this team. One, a defensive tackle. Thomas Brooks, number 96, is a Pro Bowler. A big throw down the right side and nothing there. Third and 12 here. Can they get another 3rd and long conversion on this drive? They could be in field goal range. Their kicker has made very long kicks in the past. Ooh, but a sack there might take them out. Donnie Omens with the sack. That's a bad omen for this team. Ball down at the 40, and they may have to punt it away now. 4th and 17. And they will punt it. Sam McGuire out to punt. Very tough end to that drive. This one's also just going to go to the end zone for a touchback. Sloppy end to that drive, end to that quarter. Nothing. Been some extended drives in this game, to be fair. Couple of them ending in interceptions. I guess the first Zappers drive was not that extended. Threw an interception almost immediately. That one was a bit extended. Scorps had an extended drive that had an interception. Let's see if they can get another one. This is their 2nd drive of the game. They're going to pitch it to the left side to Rick Smith. Rick Smith, also someone who feels overshadowed in this league. Talk a lot about Dean Goodrich. But Rick Smith, also a great NFC North running back. The Scorps team definitely feels like the little brother in the NFC North. At least in terms of this matchup, definitely against the ABCs. They're trying to prove they're the big guy. SpongeBob big guy pants okay. Comes Craig Gray out on 3rd and 4. Pitches it to the right. It's Rick Smith. Couple men to beat. Can't beat him. Rick Smith, 6 rushes, only 10 yards so far. Getting beat out by Dean Goodrich in this one. If you're the Scorps, you would hate to get sunned by the Zappers in this one. If you're the Zappers, you'd hate to get beat by your quote-unquote younger brother. These two sort of purple pinkish teams in the NFC North. Here comes out David Hilliard. Under center. Good time in the pocket. Finds his man, but he can't hold on through the contact. Second and 10 now. Strong formation to the left. They won't run it. They're going to look to the left, and a great catch and a little run there. That was Willie Lewis on the reception. Got to do my Muday rolls. Sponsored by Muday. This is sponsored by Muday. Junior Muday rolls. David Hilliard settled down a little after that first interception. Hasn't really been able to get a ton going, though. Lots of time in this pocket, and he's moving around. Looking deep left, just throws it away. Smart move, honestly. Didn't really get anything in that Muday roll. We're going to have to wait. Our rolls are going to reset here at 4:06. Get your rolls today at Muday. David Hilliard takes the snap from under center. Looks left. Ooh, finds his man. I think that's Willie Lewis again. He's been targeting Willie quite a bit. It's 3rd and inches now. You could do a lot on 3rd and inches here. They love a short field with Dean Goodrich. If you're the Scorps, you always have to respect the run with Dean Goodrich in the backfield. And they're going to respect the run heavily. And it's a play action. Great play. Great play there. Chris Parkman. He had 14 sacks on the season. Led the team in sacks. And it seemed, he was a little fooled there by the play action, but he reacted after the fact and was still able to get to the quarterback, make the play. Looked like a great play there by Chris Parkman. He had every single option covered up. You love that from your right end. A man who's, first thought is establish that edge. Don't let this running back get outside me. And then after that, when he realizes he didn't have the ball, get to the quarterback with a ferocity. And, I got to say, I thought it was a pretty nice play design there, Maybe you just give it to Dean Goodrich there, though. Got a little cute, perhaps. Pitch to the right side for Rick Smith. Ooh, Rick Smith bottled up right at the line of scrimmage yet again. He hasn't been able to get anything going, just 2 yards there. These two teams, rivals in the NFC North, they have played twice this season. The Scorps swept the Zappers in week 2. They won 35-18. In week 11, they won 23-6. So not really close for either games. Craig Gray looks right, and he finds his man. Damian Jones Looked like maybe a screen pass there, but he changed. He saw Damian Jones open, deep right down the right side of the field. And those two have connected very well in this series. In the 2 games, Craig Gray has 6 touchdowns against the Zappers this season. 4 of those touchdowns to Damian Jones. So you got to look, if you're the Zappers, you got to look to shut them down. You can't let them get hot. You know, both those guys, they're too good. They're going to burn you maybe a couple times. But when the chips are down, this game is going to be about how well they're going to be covering Damian Jones. Dropping back. Looking deep left. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Touchdown, that's Rick Smith, the running back, on a deep wheel route. And the fans love it. Wow, that fan was wearing a Kevin Burnside's jersey. That's their fullback. That's a real fan, bro. That's a real fan. I'm happy he got the field side tickets. You got a man wearing your fullback's jersey. That's kind of sick. Like, that guy's kind of dope, I gotta say. But Rick Smith had 10 rushing touchdowns and 4 receiving touchdowns on the season. Ton of receiving touchdowns for a running back in this league. And a 55-yard pass there. He was wide open. The defense just lost him. A great play design for the Poison Scorps. And that is 7 touchdowns against the Zappers this season in 3 games for Craig Gray. Craig Gray, pumped up on the sideline. We don't have access to the cameras like that, but I can describe the scene. He's pushing guys all over the place. He's literally like punching guys and doing CQC on them, throwing them to the ground, judo throws on them. They're getting back up. They're saluting him. They're saying, "Thank you, boss. Thank you for that, boss." They really love Craig Gray as a leader. And, I think there's a great culture in this Scorps locker room. This is going to be a strong team. And honestly, I think the team to beat in the NFC. I've said that going into this. I think it's going to be Lizard Scorps in the Dream Bowl. But I can't speak too early. They at least got to beat the Zappers here first. And a 5-yard gain there. David Hilliard and this Zappers team got to get something together. Time running out in this first half. No one in the backfield. Dropping back. And it's a sack on the 3-man rush. Chris Parkman. A menace in this one so far. Three men on the line for the Scorps. It's defensive front. 3 men in the linebacker position. 2 men in the backfield for the Zappers. Both of them are blocking. Gives enough time for Hilliard to get it off, but he does not get it far enough for the first down. Another catch from Willie Lewis. Not a typical target for the Zappers this season. Not a ton of work for their main guy, John Johnson, the zaniest zapper of them all, John Johnson. He has 11 touchdowns, a bulk of their touchdown catches. Might be the Scorps strategy just to try and cut him off. Make them beat you with other guys. On that drive, I guess the Zappers didn't feel like they had enough time to go with Dean Goodrich, do any runs. All passes, and they give the ball back to the Scorps. Up 7, looking for more. Pass there to the left side, tackle by Otis Law. It's a nice catch there by Jesse Sloan. 5-yard gain. Playing ahead of the sticks now. Craig Gray under center. No one in the backfield. Drops back to pass. Looks to the left side. Caught but out of bounds. By about a yard. Reaching about the final minute of this quarter. Of this half. Craig Gray dropping back. Takes a snap from under center. Finds a man across the middle, and it's just enough for the first down. Finds Jesse Sloan again. Craig Gray, also an interception in his first drive, but he's settled down. 6 for 8, 140 yards. Oh, but a sack right there. Looked like he saw a man, but it's a tad too late. Anthony Alford with the sack. The defensive tackle. Not typical of this Scorps O-line. And 2nd and 15 now. Time ticking down in the half. See what the Scorps are going to do here. Does the strategy change after the sack? Not seeming to play with a lot of urgency here. Craig Gray looking deep. Across the middle, and it's broken up. Into a lot of traffic, but almost slipped that one in. 3rd and 15. 21 seconds left. They're just going to hand the ball off. Wonder if the Zappers take a timeout here. Let's see a nice replay. Hugh Reeves coming up from his free safety position to make that tackle. He's hungry. Hugh Reeves wants to win the game. And yes, the Zappers did take the timeout. They want the ball back. Probably going to be about like 10 seconds left. Wonder what they'll try here. Scorps punter Alan Snyder just doesn't want to snap the ball. That's cool, bro. You're doing a little bit of trolling right now. Nice kick. Ten seconds left at their own 38. 2 timeouts. Do the Zappers know what they're doing here? I don't think they do. I think maybe they try a bomb to John Johnson and they nail it. They nail the bomb down the right side. Now, not what they're doing. They're going to take a sack. That's what they're going to do. Chris Parkman with another sack in this one. David Hilliard is going to have dreams, maybe I should say nightmares, of Chris Parkman after this one. Big number 92. High snap. Fielded by Hilliard. Deep right side of the field. Bobbled. Not caught. 1 second left. Might as well just throw up a deep bomb now. But I wonder if they'll just hand it off. It could be funny if they do that. Oh, and they throw an interception. That one's really only going to go in the stat books. But either way, David Hilliard with an embarrassing throw, like that wasn't going to be a touchdown either way, you know? At least chuck it downfield. But what do I know? I'm not a DFL quarterback. And the Scorps will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. Big for them. You know, this is a team that really wants to put this Zappers team away. They're hanging in there. Both teams, I don't think, are playing their best football. But the Zappers would like to get the ball back here and have, you know, a nice little, some time to drive with. Their run game could be very good. They just need the time to use it. Rick Smith up the middle here, though. A nice game for the Scorps. I forget where the Scorps play in the lore. Up the middle, first down. Maybe like Arizona or something. Dream Arizona, of course. Some desert somewhere. The Poison Scorps, Kings of the Desert. So they like to call themselves. In their classic Scorps chant. The Scorp Scream, as they call it. Craig Gray, lots of time, and he has a man. Man with lots of space. Oh, but he overthrows him, draws him out of bounds. Want to think the receiver almost could have made a better play on that ball. Like he didn't know he was nearing the sidelines. So he didn't really try to make a play on it like that. But either way, it's 2nd and 10. Incomplete pass, nothing happens. Except the loss of downs. A stop here would be huge for this Zappers team. Zone coverage from the Zappers. They find the weak spot in the zone, and they find Dennis Dickey. That is a first down. And the Scorps are finding some space here. Seven for 11 for 130 yards is Craig Gray at the moment. Handoff up the middle to Rick Smith. Short gain there. 4 yards on the gain. Craig Gray leading the huddle there. Scorps have double the yards of the Zappers. Hand it off up the middle. Rick Smith gets to the right side and breaks it loose for a first down. And he's starting to find some green. Possible. Zappers getting a little tired after that first half. Physical first half. Gave it a lot of effort to stop this high-flying Scorps offense. This is a grindy offense. Great play action, but he can't get the ball over the defender, and he throws an interception. Craig Gray with another costly interception. Quincy Reeves continues his Pro Bowl season into the playoffs. He had 6 interceptions in the regular season and another one here. The Zappers have Quincy Reeves at corner and Hugh Reeves at free safety. They are not related. They are not related at all. And a handoff to Dean Goodrich. He makes a nice spin move and gets a first down on a nice run that should have gone for nothing. But the crafty Dean Goodrich makes something out of nothing. He's a magic man. And if the Zappers want to win this game, they're going to have to lean on him. I know it. The Scorps know it. Can they stop Dean Goodrich? Oh, nice little mix-up there. Dean Goodrich blocking for the fullback, Phil Gamble. Little gamble on the play works for a nice little 5-yard gain. Second and 5 here. Zappers and head of the sticks. Let's see what they do. Dean in the backfield goes out to pass. Oh, and a throw nearly intercepted. David Hilliard hit as he threw. On the ground. Couldn't even see where that one went. You might want to forget where that one went. Wasn't an interception, but it was close. 2 for 6 on third downs here. Need to get better if they want to win this one. It's 3rd and 5. Fake the handoff to Dean Goodrich and across the middle. Believe that's John Johnson with the catch. David Hilliard with 2 interceptions. That last pass had him eclipse 100 yards throwing. He sends his tight end in motion. Lots of men in the box for the Scorps. And it's a handoff up the middle, and they run right into that box. About 2 or 3 yards there. Or 1 yard. Or 1 yard, perhaps. Just 1 yard for Dean Goodrich on the first down run at 2nd and 9. They come out now. Dean Goodrich, the only man in the backfield. He runs out for a pass. And a sack. Bobby Clement with the corner blitz. Gets the sack, and David Hilliard has been having a rough day in that pocket today. Dropping back is David Hilliard again. Looking to the left. Oh! Can't even hold on to it. I thought he had it. At least for a sec, but it's jarred loose by a big hit. It looks like the Zappers will come up empty yet again. We'd love to see this game if, what if the Zappers had Fernando Holmes in this game at quarterback? There's no what ifs in the DFL. This is real. This is real shit. You can't take real shit back. Once you let real shit go, it's in the toilet. You put your hand there, it's going to get all wet. You don't want that, because what are you going to do then? You walk around with wet hands? What are you going to do, wash your hands in the sink? Your hands just get wetter. You don't know how if you got the poop off, so you might as well just walk around with hands has poop on them. So at least you could warn them. I forgot what I was talking about, really. I forgot what that metaphor was, but a nice 3-yard run there for Rick Smith. Gotta wonder if a touchdown here would be a dagger for the Scorps. Craig Gray would definitely love to stick a dagger in and twist it. Oh, a nice throw across the middle to get a throw. Oh, and Rick Smith is going backwards. Oh, my. Or no, it's Kevin Burnsides, the fullback. Hey, that's a really tough play for the fullback. You know, losing 2 yards on a pass you caught 5 yards down the field is never a good look. I always love that glitch, though, when they do the freaking stiff arm. They're just running backwards. Classic DFL move. Craig Gray overthrow there. Classic Craig Gray move, they're saying on DFL Twitter. I'm not saying it. They're saying it on DFL Twitter. Got no graphics in this game, but stay tuned. We're gonna have graphics in the upcoming games. Got Schvucks at Fuckers, another division rivalry game coming up. That one's going to be real good. I think the Schvucks have a good shot at winning that one. That's going to be an interesting one. And then the Fuckers, you know, they're just a classic. They can always win. They can always win it all. Then after that, we've got a definite classic on our hands. We've got the Holy Men at the Dam, at the Blue Beavers. The Busy Beavers. Damn it! That one's going to be great. But Dean Goodrich with a huge run right up the middle here. Getting back to this game. Plenty of time to get it back into this one through the run game for the Zappers. Only a 1-score game. Don't have to worry about wasting a lot of time. Clock is working with you right now. Across the middle, Dean Goodrich. Looks like he had a hand there. Couldn't get it in. But wow, 6 sacks for this Scorps defense. What a day for them. They are hungry. Hilliard backing up to pass. Looking to the left, and he's got a man. What a catch there. Willie Lewis having himself a day. Not a huge target in the regular season, but he has been making himself available in this one. Now we have 3rd and inches. Do they go to Goodrich? The Scorps have so many men at the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now they're dropping back to pass. Not a lot of men rushing. End of the 3rd quarter. 7-0 Scorps. And another deflating drive from the Zappers. 3rd and inches. They've been trying to get cute. Oh, but here they're going to go for it. 4th and inches at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Oh, whoa. This is a weird going for it on 4th down. Oh. Tries to draw him off sides. Oh, and it's wide open on the right side. They go for it on 4th down, and Dean Goodrich down the right side of the field. Stiff arms a man inside the 5 to the 4. What a play. Going for it on 4th down. That's crazy for the DFL. First play of the 4th quarter, and they're going for it on 4th down. I don't know if we've ever seen anything like that in the DFL. What What cojones on the coach to go for it right there? And up the middle, Dean Goodrich dives for the end zone touchdown. This is the tie game. What a swing. This is what the DFL is all about. Changes in strategy. That's why they went for the pass on 3rd and inches, because they knew they were going for it on 4th. Just like that, this 4th quarter feels like it's the Zappers. Scorps playing on a back foot. Scorps do have the ball and the chance to take the lead, though. They are in the driver's seat to this one. Lots of time left in the 4th quarter, though. They're definitely going to be talking about that 4th down play from Dean Goodrich in the post-game shows. Definitely talking about it on social media. On the social medias. DFL is, of course, sponsored by X, the Everything app, and Elon Musk. And Craig Gray is under center, hands it off. Rick Smith tackled. Oh, and a clipping penalty on Kevin Burnside's the fullback. We mentioned him, that one fan in the they're not going back to him, they're not showing him, but there's a one fan before who was wearing a Kevin Burnside's jersey. Big fan of the fullback position. Got Craig Gray under center now, 1st and 20. Way back there. Ooh, but a nice play here. Pass to Rick Smith, gets a chunk of it back. Jamel Danielson comes over, picks his running back up. Chunk play of 8 yards. Would have been really nice on a regular drive, but they're starting back at 1st and 20. 2nd and 12 now. Bit of a wonky formation here. Strong to the right side on the line. They go that way with Rick Smith. Pitch to the right side. He tries to make a man miss with a spin, but he can't. It's 3rd and 9. Inside a 10-yard need for the 1st down. So they're at least playing with some normal parameters, but still 3rd and long. Zappers have a chance to get the ball back here. Cross the middle. Craig Gray can't find his man. Lots of overthrows. Playing like Caleb Williams today. Craig Gray. Hey, what do you say? Ramen accidentally. Now, some of that wasn't accidental. But Alan Snyder coming out here for his 4th punt of the day. Scorps only able to get the 1 touchdown so far. They've been a touchdown machine team against these Zappers in the regular season, but here in the playoffs, just the 1. And now the Zappers with the chance to take the lead. David Hilliard comes out under center. Strong to the right side of the line. They run that way, but they're swallowed up behind the line. Bobby Clement has had a great day coming off the edge from the corner position. He has a sack already in there, a tackle for loss. Now we have David Hilliard under center. 2 men spread out in the backfield. He's going to send his tight end in motion. Eric Eaton to the left side of the line. Hands it off. Dean Goodrich up the middle. Nothing going. Dean Goodrich, 79 yards, had an explosive run last drive and the diving touchdown. Diving 4-yard touchdown to seal that drive. Tie this game up at 7. But it's 3rd down now. They've got quite a way to go to get the first. 8 yards. Dropping back to pass. Looking around. Can't find a man. It's going to be another sack. Brock Dutton gets there first this time. And this Scorps team has been feasting. This defense has been eating David Hilliard up all day. Chris Parkman leading the charge. Brock Dutton has one. Talked earlier, Bobby Clement has one. This has been a rough day for David Hilliard. If you're a Zapper fan, you're definitely going to want the Zappers to get the ball back with time to run the ball. Dropping back, Craig Gray. Looks right, but that's slapped down. Great play by the defender there. Whew. I really couldn't tell you who's going to win this one. I really couldn't. After watching the performances so far, I couldn't tell you. It's going to come down to a big play. Rick Smith up the middle. Big run there. And that's big type of play we're talking about. Rick Smith making men miss up the middle. Fighting his way through the trenches. Got a feeling one team's going to slip a big one. Craig Gray under center. Rick Smith out as a receiver in bunches to the left. He's going to throw it out to Rick Smith, and he's going to be out of bounds. Lots of fans felt Rick Smith was snubbed of MVP in Season 4. But really, you just couldn't have argued with Steve the Sick Fuck Alderman's numbers. But Rick Smith, injured. Youch! Just as I was about to say something interesting about the man, injures himself. It's like an arm injury. I don't know if that's going to affect him deeply, but let's see. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're going to go to the 2-minute warning here, too. Now, this is interesting. We've seen this multiple times recently, that teams really do not know how to run the clock out and just take your 3 if the game is tied. They don't know how to, they just want to score their points. Rick Smith will return. They're going to need him. He had the huge touchdown catch earlier in this game. Up the middle. Can't get the first down. Ben Miller came in for Rick Smith. They trusted him to get the first down. He couldn't get it. And the Scorps are going to punt it away. Under a minute remaining. The Zappers are going to have the ball, looking to make a major upset here. Scorps swept the Zappers in the regular season. Big margins in both the games, week 2 and week 11. Early in the season and late in the season. Alan Snyder to punch it away. Angling this one, but this one looks like it's going to go into the end zone. Didn't angle it far enough. Had a bit of that backspin on it. Was looking to do something with that punt, but just kicks it into the end zone. And here comes David Hilliard. Dean Goodrich. How much are they going to run it here with 1:16 remaining? They're going to start with a run for sure. Off the middle, a nice spin by Dean Goodrich. Gets significant yardage, and they're going to get right back to the line. Playing some hurry up, playing with some urgency here. Just over a minute remaining, they're going to snap the ball. Hilliard runs right. Takes a sack! The crowd loves it. They get loud for that sack. Donnie Omens, the bad omen, with his second sack of the game. And the Zappers are going to take a timeout with just a minute remaining. This defensive front for the Scorps is dangerous, poisonous, you could say. Stinging at David Hilliard all game. Pitch to the left. Dean Goodrich tries to make a move. Can't. 4th and 6. They're not going to go for it here, that's for sure. Going to have to punt it away. Scorps take a timeout. First of 3. They got 2 more. Punt it away. Scorps only need 3. How is their kicker? This season, Gilbert Miller, their kicker, 28 for 31, 90% for his field goals, and a long of 55. So he can kick a long one. 56, I believe, is the DFL record. Craig Gray drops back, looks right. Ooh, dangerous pass. Jorge Chapman with a nice play on that ball. And that's something you have to think about if you're Craig Gray. Yeah, you're only 3 points from winning this game, but you are a terrible mistake from losing this game right now. Dropping back is Craig Gray. Looking deep right into triple coverage. Quadruple coverage even. Oh, and a pass interference from Otis Law. I don't know if I saw a pass interference there. I'll have to run that back later, but interesting call there. Interesting call. I didn't see it on the field, but I because I wasn't really looking for it there. It wasn't obvious to me. This sets them up very well to try and get into field goal range. Craig Gray, lots of time in this pocket. Looking left. Finds a man. Dennis Dickey. He's been big for him today. Today, sorry, that was a sneeze. Crowd getting loud. They want to see a Scorps win right now. To the left side. Ooh, nearly intercepted. Looks cold there in the desert. You know it gets cold in the desert at night. the schedule of games is definitely going to be really screwed up. Beavers, Holy Men is definitely going to start real late. You know, obviously Schmucks and Fuckers is starting much later than it's supposed to. Apologies for that, DFL fans. But an interception! It's Otis Law! Oh my goodness! Otis Law! No, it's Teague. I keep missing the 9 as an 8. Teague with the interception, his second interception of the day. And a huge turn here. Craig Gregg keeps trying to throw it across his body there. And Doug Teague making the plays, snatching the ball out of the air. Hilliard hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. This is going to be taken all the way back. It's being high-stepped into the end zone and dive. A dive to put the cherry on top. Jimmy Johnson, the pick six with 15 seconds remaining. The Scorps, they love it. And there's the Kevin Burnsides fan celebrating again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. David Hilliard gonna get killed in Crazy City. A costly interception. And there's 15 seconds remaining. But the Scorps might slip away from this one with a win. One they maybe should have won in a stronger fashion. But Jimmy Johnson, perhaps the game-winning pick six. A brutal game for David Hilliard, the backup coming in for Fernando Holmes, the injured Fernando Holmes. The squib kick is picked up. Oh my goodness, that was interesting. The squib kick always gets interesting. I don't know why the teams do it. I feel like it doesn't work for them. Jimmy Johnson. He had a sack in this one, I believe. Maybe just a good tackle. David Hilliard looking to tie this one up. That one broken up. Just a reminder, the stream will end after this game and we'll come back. Here it is, 7 seconds left. David Hilliard could try and be a hero here. Looking deep. There's men there. They make the play, 1 second remaining. Let's see where the Zappers go with this. Got to imagine they're going to be looking for John Johnson first. Lots of time in the pocket, looking deep. 3 men, intercepted. Game over. Newman ends it. 2 interceptions for him. And this one is over. Scorps moving on. They're the big man in the NFC North this season. David Hilliard understandably upset. Craig Gray pumped for his team. See you in the next stream. Gonna try to bring it back as soon as I can. Thank you.